So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jack Brown. I am the CEO and the founder of Trusted Franchise Consultants. Again, I do appreciate you taking time to join us today. Over the years, I've had the privilege of guiding countless entrepreneurs on their journey, some through starting their own businesses by scratch and others through franchising. I understand how challenging it can be to make decisions about your future. The world of entrepreneurship is incredibly rewarding, but choosing the right path can be overwhelming. Today, my goal is to provide you with clarity on one of the most critical decisions an entrepreneur can make, whether to start a business from scratch or to invest in a franchise. And I will tell you that I've done each of these. So, clarity purposes, I own Trusted Franchise Consultant. I have a sister company, Mountain Valley Capital Group, where we provide funding for small businesses and for franchises of folks like you and I getting into the franchise business. I also own two service companies in Northwest Indiana. Convenience Services Group is a vending company that I started from scratch about 14 years ago. And then I also own Refresh Facility Services, a commercial janitorial company, which I started about 30 years ago. So let me give you a quick overview of Trusted Franchise Consultants. At our company, we are dedicated to helping aspiring entrepreneurs and owners, business owners, make informed decisions by providing personalized consulting services at zero cost to you, to our clients. Costs you absolutely nothing. We understand, though, that every entrepreneur's goals, resources, and passions are different, and that is why we take a tailored approach to guide you on the path that suits you best. Our expertise spans a wide range of industries, and we leverage our years of experience to help individuals find the right franchise opportunities or guide them through the intricate process of building a business from the ground up. So the purpose webinar today, our objective is that we're going to dive deep into an important decision. Should you start a business from scratch where you build something entirely unique, or should you invest in a franchise leveraging an established brand and a proven business model? Both options have their pros and their cons, and choosing the right one can significantly impact your entrepreneurial journey. So this webinar is for budding entrepreneurs, current business owners considering diversification, investors, individuals looking for a career change, or even those who have a desire to become their own boss but are unsure of where to begin. By the end of today's discussion, you'll have a thorough understanding of both paths, allowing you to have as much information as possible so that you can make an informed choice when the time is right for you that aligns with your goals, your risk tolerance, your financial capacity, and your vision. So let's look at current trends in entrepreneurship and in franchises. Every entrepreneurial journey starts with a dream, whether it's about creating a groundbreaking product, achieving financial freedom, or simply building something of your own. Over the past decade, we've seen significant changes in the entrepreneurship landscape. The rise of e-commerce, technology-driven services, and shifting consumer behaviors have created numerous opportunities for individuals to start their own businesses. Franchising has also evolved dramatically. Today, franchises extend well beyond traditional fast food restaurants, encompassing industries like fitness, healthcare, technology, retail, education, and so much more. This growth has made franchising a popular path for many individuals who want to start a business but prefer the stability of an established brand. Let's look at some statistics, if you will, to understand the entrepreneurial landscape just a bit better. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, about 20% of new businesses fail within their first year. It's a big number. While the survival rate improves over time, around 50% of new businesses don't even make it to the fifth year. This highlights the inherent risks associated with starting a business from scratch. On the other hand, franchises tend to have a significantly lower failure rate. Studies indicate that franchises generally outperform independent startups in terms of survival and profitability. Franchising leverages a proven business model which reduces the uncertainties and challenges of starting from scratch. As of recent years, the franchising industry continues to grow, generating billions of dollars and employing millions of people globally. The stability and the support offered by franchises make them an attractive option for those wanting a balance between entrepreneurship and reduced risk. So let's talk about starting from scratch. The pros and cons, building a business from the ground up. There are advantages. Number one, creative control, total ownership of your vision. I did that with 2 companies in Indiana. So starting from scratch offers complete creative freedom, allowing you to design every aspect of your business, from product offerings and brand identity to operational strategy. If you have a groundbreaking idea that doesn't fit into existing business models, this path gives you the chance to bring it to life. Developing unique products or services. You have the freedom to innovate and to create something totally unique. If you envision a revolutionary approach to customer service or a product that challenges maybe the status quo, building from scratch gives you the freedom to bring that vision into the marketplace. Another advantage of starting from scratch is flexibility, quick response to market changes. Starting from scratch allows you to pivot and adapt as market conditions change, and they do change. The ability to respond to new trends or challenges can make the difference between success and failure. For example, during the pandemic, many small businesses quickly adjusted their offerings to meet changing customer needs. We had to do this with both the janitorial company and the vending company. Iterative development. You can start with a basic version of your product, get feedback from customers, and then improve that product over time. Another advantage, unique market position, filling market gaps. Starting from scratch allows you to carve out, if you will, a unique position in the marketplace, particularly if you can identify an underserved niche. Creating a brand identity. Building your brand identity from the ground up enables you to control how your brand is perceived by your audience, creating an emotional connection with customers. An important advantage would be building company culture, establishing core values. Starting your own business allows you to establish a culture that aligns with your values. This is something that is extremely close to my heart, as I value God and country as important to me, as well as building a culture focused on utilizing the company to build its people, as opposed to using people to build my company. I have built each of my businesses around these strong core values. Very important. Setting your leadership style is another one. As the owner, you create the tone for your organization, creating a cohesive and fulfilling work environment. Well, while there are many advantages to building your own business from scratch, there are also some challenges. Some high risk, market demand, and competition. Starting from scratch involves considerable risk, as there's no guarantee of market demand. From personal experience, I know how challenging it can be to determine if your product or service will be successful, especially in competitive industries. Another one, no established systems. Unlike franchises, you will need to develop every single process yourself. When I built Refresh Facility Services and Convenience Services Group, I faced the difficult journey of establishing systems without a pre-existing roadmap, which requires immense time, financing, and effort. Another challenge, time-consuming. Product development and brand building. Creating products, setting up systems, and building a brand takes time. Even recently, as soon as 45, 60 days ago, I spent $7,500 on a system to help create some efficiencies for one of my companies in Indiana. These investments can be draining, both financially and mentally. Another one, building brand awareness. Establishing a brand in a competitive market requires significant time and effort. You must create consistent marketing strategies, cultivate relationships, and build trust from scratch. Another difficult challenge is the financial strain. You have initial and you have ongoing costs. Starting a business requires substantial financial commitment from setup to ongoing operations. I experienced financial strain throughout the process of building my companies, and without established revenue streams, it can take a long time to achieve profitability. There are funding challenges. Startups often struggle to secure funding compared to franchises. Unlike franchises, which have a track record that banks trust, startups face more scrutiny from lenders. And then a final challenge, lack of support. You're wearing multiple hats. Founders must manage every single aspect of the business, which can be overwhelming. I remember the countless roles that I had to take on in the early stages, and the challenges of balancing development, finances, marketing, and more. And you have a limited network. Without the backing of an established network, growth can be challenging. Building partnerships and accessing resources without an established brand takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. So let's look at investing in a franchise. There are pros and cons of investing in a franchise. Some of the advantages in franchising. Number one, you have a proven business model. You have operational systems all in place, ready to go. Franchises offer refined processes that help reduce uncertainty. Had I invested in a franchise earlier, speaking in respect to my 2 companies in Indiana, I would have had an operational guidance system that could have saved me time and reduced a whole lot of stress. You have reduced risk. A proven business model lowers the risk compared to starting from scratch. This reduced risk is invaluable, especially for first-time business owners. Another advantage would be brand recognition, instant credibility. A franchise offers instant brand credibility. You are operating under an established name, which gives you a head start in gaining customer trust and then customer loyalty. Established franchises have loyal customers already that are translating to predictable revenue streams. Another advantage would be training and support, initial training programs. Franchisors provide comprehensive training to help franchisees succeed. This structured system means you're not left to figure everything out on your own. Vitally important. You have ongoing support. Ongoing assistance in marketing, operations, and other areas is available. This continuous support helps franchisees navigate challenges with expert guidance. Another advantage, easier financing. You have a proven track record. Franchises are seen as lower risk investments by lenders, which helps in securing favorable funding options. Access to capital. Easier access to capital for growth and for expansion. The relationship that franchises have with financial institutions makes the process of securing capital less challenging compared to starting up. Economies of scale. There are cost savings. Bulk purchasing power results in cost savings, which positively impacts your profitability. There are shared marketing costs. Franchisees benefit from pooled marketing funds, giving them access to high-quality campaigns that would otherwise be cost prohibitive. Along with advantages come some cons, some challenges. You have your initial investment, franchise fees and startup costs. Franchises require significant initial investments. It's essential to evaluate if the potential return justifies these upfront costs. That's why we're here. We try to help you evaluate those things. You have ongoing payments. Franchisees must make ongoing royalty and advertisement payments, which can impact your bottom line. Another challenge is limited creative control. And this is why I initially started with businesses from scratch. Adhering to franchise standards, strict guidelines must be followed, which can be frustrating if you wish to innovate or personalize your offerings. You have operational restrictions. Franchise agreements come with operational limitations, including supplier selection and promotion strategies. And then ongoing fees. Royalty payments. Ongoing royalty fees affect profit margins. Now, these payments go towards franchisor support, very worthwhile, but they need to be factored into your financial planning. There are marketing fund contributions. Contributions to marketing funds are usually required. While these benefit the network, they represent an additional cost. Another challenge would be contractual obligations, length and terms of agreement. Franchise agreements come with specific obligations, often spanning several years. And then there are exit challenges. Exiting a franchise can be complex due to the transfer conditions and restrictions. It's crucial to understand these terms before committing to a franchise. Now, let me throw something in here. I call this the alternative business opportunity option. Let me give you a quick overview of business opportunities. Business opportunities provide a ready-made framework without franchise fees or royalties, serving as a flexible entry point for ownership. Advantages of business opportunities: no franchise fees, no royalties. You retain more earnings with fewer financial commitments, making it a more attractive option if minimizing expenses is a priority to you. You have a lower initial investment. Business opportunities typically require less cash up front, less capital, which is ideal for cost-conscious entrepreneurs. Training and support. While not as extensive as franchising, training is available to help get you started and keep you going. Operational systems are available without rigidity. You can benefit from established systems without strict guidelines, allowing you greater flexibility. You have flexibility in branding and creativity. There's freedom in adapting and personalizing your offerings. This appeals to entrepreneurs who want some guidance but also want the ability to innovate. Establish product or service. Proven products reduce startup risk as there's already market validation. And then financing. Oftentimes, financing is available for certain qualifying types of business opportunities. Then the challenges of business opportunities. Limited brand recognition. Lack of national marketing and brand loyalty can make customer acquisition more challenging compared to a franchise. There are varied levels of support. We help you with this, but support may not be consistent, so it's important to evaluate what's provided before you commit. Less predictable systems. Business opportunities may lack standardized procedures, which still means there's a small degree of risk involved, and that's why we're here to help. So an example of business opportunities would be the vending machine business. Guidance without royalties. Vending businesses allow flexibility while benefiting from established supply lines and processes. We at Trusted Franchise Consultants represent the top vending machine business opportunity available in the industry, and we are currently placing at least a couple of new people in these programs each and every month. For many of these placements, 100% financing through our sister company, Mountain Valley Capital Group, was or is provided. So is a business opportunity right for you? Is cost a factor? For cost-conscious entrepreneurs, lower cost and reduced fees make this an ideal option. Those seeking flexibility, guidance without rigid franchise agreements, provides a balance of support and creative freedom. Individuals that simply want a balance, a middle ground between a franchise and a startup, providing some security but more flexibility. Let's look at some key considerations in making your decision. And we're getting very close to taking your questions, so please get your questions ready. Personal goals and vision. Creative freedom versus structure. Do you want full creative control, or do you prefer the structure of an established model? Consider which one fits best your personality. Desired lifestyle. Assess the time and energy required for each path. Starting from scratch often demands long hours, while a franchise provides a more predictable schedule. What about risk tolerance? Evaluate risk. Startups involve high risk as they enter uncharted territory, whereas franchising offers lower risk by leveraging proven models. Your comfort with risk will influence your decision. Contingency planning. It's essential to have a plan in case things don't go as expected. Even franchising, while lower in risk, can present challenges that require quick adaptation. Financial capacity. So assessing your budget. Startups require significant investments, while franchises involve, yes, upfront fees and operational costs. Evaluating your ability to sustain these expenses is crucial. ROI expectations. What is a return on investment and when will it come? Understand potential returns for each of these pathways. Franchises often provide more predictable returns, whereas startups may bring higher but uncertain gains. Skills and experience. Industry knowledge. Experience can make starting from scratch more feasible, whereas franchising offers comprehensive training for those less experienced. Business management skills. Franchising offers a structured framework for managing operations, for marketing, hiring, which is all beneficial if you lack prior management experience. So let me give you a quick personal experience and case study. Let's discuss an entrepreneur who successfully builds a business from scratch. This entrepreneur saw a gap in the market for sustainable, eco-friendly packaging solutions, desired to address it. So they faced numerous challenges in securing funding, finding suppliers, and convincing customers. But through perseverance and creative marketing, they succeeded. Lesson learned: the journey was not without obstacles, but adaptability, resilience, and a focus on customer needs ultimately led to their success. It highlights the importance of market understanding and persistence. Quick look at a franchise success story. Let's look at a franchisee who invested in a well-known fitness franchise. The individual had a passion for health, but no prior experience running a business. By investing in a franchise, they received the necessary training and the support to succeed. Within a few years, they were able to open multiple locations and they built a loyal customer base. Lesson learned: leveraging the franchisor's brand and operational systems enabled them to achieve profitability more quickly than if they had started independently. There's also been, finally, a hybrid approach. Gaining experience. Some entrepreneurs choose to start with a franchise to gain business experience in a supportive environment. Then they transition to independence. Once they're ready, they use this experience to start their own unique business. This path provides a balance of reduced risk early on and creative freedom later. So at this time, what I would like to do is answer your questions. We've covered both paths. I do want to hear from you. While I'd like to provide a brief, helpful recap in a moment, including 3 questions that I'd like to leave you with, please feel free to ask any questions at all by sending them over in the chat, and I'd be happy to answer them. I'll watch the chat here. My goal is to provide as much clarity as I possibly can to help you make the best decision for your entrepreneurial journey. I'm just going to look here and see if there are any questions coming in. All right, I see a question here from Sean. I can hear you. Go right ahead, Sean.
What do you think are the biggest reasons why it had a lot of pros and cons, but what do you feel like are some of the reasons why people end up going with a franchise that you've seen in the past?
It's a great question. I think it comes down, everything is based individually. And while I personally have taken each of these pathways, I've purchased a franchise, I've started companies from scratch, and I have also done the business opportunity with a vending company. It's your comfort zone and where you're at. It's really a thinking issue. Some of the reasons that people don't move forward with a franchise is because they feel like they can create a business on their own. When I started in business over 30 years ago, I had heard about franchises, but at the time it was silly for me. Why would I pay somebody else to do what's already in my mind? I had in my mind a concept, but I didn't have the skill. I didn't have the knowledge. But my pride kind of stepped in and said, why would I pay a franchise or to do what I can do? But that isn't the case. I didn't have that experience. And so as I mentioned, I just recently spent $7,500 on another system to help boost some efficiencies with one of my companies. Thank you for that question, Sean. Did you have another one?
No, I thought you did a good job outlining pros and cons of both.
All right. Emma, did you want to run in and ask a question?
Hi, can you hear me?
I sure can, Emma. Nice to hear it.
Great. Thank you very much. I guess my question would be around if you've got somebody who doesn't have any experience at all, was there one that you would recommend over the other? I know you've outlined some really nice pros and cons for both.
That's a really good question, and that's a whole process, Emma. We have 2 ways to help us do that, or 2 tools that we use to help us evaluate what we would recommend. And we do make recommendations for our clients based on these 2 pieces of information. One is a written out form or a typed out form called a confidential questionnaire. And I will make one of those available to you and to everyone that was here so that they can understand what that is. The other is through what's called a Zoracle assessment. And that's an interesting study. You can obtain that from my website, trustedfranchiseconsultants.com. Scroll down about a third of the way and you'll find Zoracle assessments. And that assessment really goes into your mind, into your habits, into what you like, what you don't like, and different things. And then you and I both get a copy of that assessment. It takes less than 4 or 5 minutes. And from that assessment and from a conversation with you and from this confidential questionnaire, we are able to ascertain a little bit about you to help us guide you. Should you be in the automotive industry? Should you own a coffee shop? So the answer to that question is yes. With a few helps, we can determine exactly what we would recommend to you. Great question, Emma. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So I wanted to recap the points we discussed. We explored the differences between starting from scratch and investing in a franchise. Starting from scratch allows for complete creative freedom, but involves significant risk, time, and financial strain. Franchising provides a more secure and structured pathway, but involves costs and limited creative control. Both paths have their respective pros and cons, and the right choice honestly depends on you, your goals, your risk tolerance, your financial resources, and your skills. Investing in a franchise or business opportunity. If you're looking for a business opportunity that offers reduced risk, a structured approach, training, and brand recognition, franchising is a great option. It allows you to benefit from the success of an established model, and it provides the support needed to start and grow your own venture. So before I leave you with a few takeaway questions, if you have more questions, please feel free to reach out to us at Trusted Franchise Consultants. We specialize in helping aspiring entrepreneurs navigate franchising and make informed decisions. Whether you choose a startup or a franchise, entrepreneurship is about persistence, adaptability, and staying true to your own vision. We're here to provide you with the tools and the support that you need to succeed. So 3 quick takeaway questions. Number 1, what does success mean to you, and which path aligns best with your vision of that success? I'll email these to you. Number 2, how much risk are you comfortable taking? And do you have the resources to sustain your decision until profitability? And last, do you value complete control over your business vision more than the stability of a proven system? Those are important questions. Thank you for joining today's webinar. I hope this session has helped you reflect on your goals, your values, circumstances, and that it helped provide some clarity to you as you consider which entrepreneurial path best aligns with your vision. Remember this, the right path is the one that aligns with your unique vision and your priorities and allows you to fulfill your own potential. At Trusted Franchise Consultants, we're simply guides on your journey. Everyone's journey is unique and different, and I wish you every success on yours. Thank you.